Hey guys, it's J-Man. Welcome to day 4 of Joe's 13 days of Halloween. Some of you might be thinking, day 4? What happened to all the other videos? If you haven't seen the other videos, it's probably because YouTube has had them blocked. So I'm going to new things. What I was doing before, I was doing a commentary, so I was watching the film, and I had the film up in here, and I think the film got it blocked. So, and then I took the video out, but apparently you could hear the film soundtrack in the background. So I thought I'd watch the film beforehand, make a list of things I'm gonna say, so I've got more to say in the video, and I'll keep the video a bit shorter. Keep it shorter, so it's easier for you guys to watch. And secondly, just because, you know, editing an hour and a half video is awful and difficult. So yeah, I'm going to keep the video to a maximum of 1 hour, no longer than an hour, and then I'm going to go to bed because I stay up late doing these videos. So yeah, if you've not seen the first parts, I don't know what I'm going to do with those. If you want to see them, send me a message and I'll find a way to get them to you. But I've messed around with that for far too long, and I'm kind of I'm thinking of just going to move on and carry on with a different method. So this method should be fine because I'm not going to put any copyright material in this video. Yeah. So I've just finished watching Scream, so it's all fresh in my head, and I've got a list of stuff I want to talk about as well. Yeah. So, kicking off. Phone's a bit slow. That's helpful. This is why I watched the movie beforehand. I streamed it on Netflix, and actually Netflix worked fine today. But my Wi-Fi is terrible, so I wanted to be prepared. Yeah, this app doesn't want to open. This is going well already. Technology. It's where I abandon the list and just roll it off the top of my head. It'll be a better video if I use my list. There we go, here we go. Okay. First one was yesterday. If you haven't seen the video, I'm going to try and upload it. If not, we can't. Yesterday I watched Scream. I thought it'd be funny to watch scary movie right after watch Scream. Just because that's what it's referencing. It's a spoof of Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Those two films specifically, but it's got references of loads of other horror movies in it anyway. So if you don't see, yeah, so I did day 1, I did Nightmare on Elm Street. Day 2, I did Friday the 13th. Day 3, I did Scream. Today is day 4, and I am doing a scary movie. Talking about the first scene. I love the first scene. The first scene is exactly the same as the first scene from Scream. Like, you've got the girl in white, the pretty blonde girl, and she's making some popcorn, and then the killer calls her up on the phone, and it's like asking her all these random questions, like, what's your favourite scary movie? And it's like she farts in the scary movie. And what was that? Popcorn? That was it. Yeah. I don't even know. He's like, I want to know what your insides look like. And then she's like, turn to page 54. And then he's reading Playboy, and he's like, ugh. That was such a clever line, man. Yeah. And then she's like, I'll call my boyfriend. He's black, and he'll kick your ass. You mean the one who dresses like a woman? And you got this skinny guy in women's clothes. In the chair screaming like a little girl. No, I just fucked him a couple of times. Yeah, I'm saying F-bombs. The movie isn't 18. So anyone who's watching this video, I take it you're 18, because I take it you've seen the movie. Or if I'm selling you this movie, I'm going to drop spoilers, but I'm not going to put a spoiler alert, because the movie came out in 2000, so if you've not seen the movie yet, you're slacking. Yeah. I love when he starts chasing her around the house, the popcorn is just getting bigger and bigger. The film's full of so many tiny little jokes, but they're all brilliant little jokes. I mean, some will say, are they intelligent jokes? Most of them are just, sex jokes, fart jokes, dick jokes. I love dick and fart jokes, man. That's funny. That's good stuff, man. But I think that the thing about satire, though, they know what they're spoofing. And there was it, the doorbell rings, and I wish she thinks the killer rings the doorbell. It's really civilized, but actually it's trick-or-treaters, and she beats the shit out of these little trick-or-treaters, and they're all like 9 years old. That's pretty funny. And then she's got the arsenal of weaponry. You got like grenades, like bombs, guns, machine guns, and she grabs a banana. She grabs a banana, and then it's like, there's two signs. One sign says safety, one sign says danger, and she goes for the danger sign. I mean, why the hell not? And then it's like, this never directly happens in a horror movie, in a slasher movie, because it's so cliche. But like, he grabs her and the clothes rip off, and then just to really take the piss, she starts running in slow motion. The sprinklers go off, and then she does the dip. It's so ridiculous. The highlight of that scene. The highlight of that scene was when he stabs her in the boob, pulls it out, and there's silicone on the end of the knife, and then he's just there for. That's the best bit. The delivery on that is brilliant. And of course, when she's screaming for the help of her dad's at the wheel with his eyes shut because he's receiving a beach. That's so funny. Yeah. That's just so funny. Yeah. That is such a funny first scene. Again, it's exactly the same first scene as Scream, but it's so good in the same way. Yeah, the second scene, again, it's the same second scene from Scream. Like, the girl's in her bedroom and her boyfriend husband, but that's also the same second scene from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Johnny Depp comes through the window, so it's like this. Was Scream spoofing A Nightmare on Elm Street? Whoa. Yeah. I love when the dad peeks through the bedroom window, though, and it looks like the shot from The Shining, when Jack Nicholson comes through the window, comes through the door, sorry. And I love that they didn't say it, though, like, here's Daddy, but it's like in, I hate Seed of Chucky, it's too silly. I know, it's funny, but I feel like it's too funny. But I love this, the cleverest thing about seeing where Chucky breaks through the door, and he goes through and he's like, I cannot think of anything to say right now. Because it would have been so tacky if he'd have said, here's Chucky. And everybody was thinking it anyway. So I think the funniest thing is not when make a joke, is when you can make a joke and then don't make the joke. That's clever. Yeah. How was it when he's my uncle Escobar and his Colombians and their drug stash or something? That's so funny, man. But it's like he's like a real proper dadsy type. Like, oh sweetie, how are you? Hide the drugs. I mean, and then again, the same machine is in Scream when he's got her teddy bear, but in this he's got the monkey. I've got the same toy somewhere, I think. A plush toy of a monkey holding a banana. He's pretending the monkey's jerking off. That's so funny. I think they have that same monkey somewhere. Yes, I have recreated that scene with the monkey a few times. It's very sinful, but it's funny. And I think the dirtiest joke in the whole movie is like when he mentions The Exorcist, and then she's like, "You referring to the time that I masturbated with a crucifix?" And I'm like, whoa! No one's saying that. And then he was like, oh man, they deleted that for TV. All the good shit was taken out. That's the most messed up part of the film, and that is a messed up movie. I mean, that film is messed up. Yeah, and then obviously they start making out, blah, blah, blah. And the funniest bit is when James Vanderbeek, and I'm a big Vanderbeek fan, he's hilarious, he just looks to the window, see that, he's like, wrong set. Which is hilarious. I love it. It's a Miramax movie. And I love the fact that I think it's in Miramax. I know Scream was Miramax. Scream was Miramax actually. I love it in Scream 3. Jay and Silent Bob are in it. And but for continuity, because in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, they're running through Hollywood sets at Miramax, and they run onto set of Scream 3. So I love that the continuity's there. And Van Der Beek is in that movie as well. So maybe it's like all the Miramax family comes together at some point in Scream. That's funny. I mean, that Scream 3 is definitely a comedy, I think. I think it was like the first one was kind of funny, and they thought, let's just take the piss with it. Yeah. And then she's got like the friggin' electric fence around her underwear. I know what that is, and for some reason that electric fence isn't on her underwear in every other scene of the movie. It's like her dad knew he was coming, or wasn't. I'm sorry for that pun, but it was right there. It was right there, and I had to point it out. And I love, and the next scene is in the high school. I've got a lot. I've just got a long list of jokes, and I've not made any like production or anything. I've just got a list of jokes, and it's like, like Shorty songs, and he's like, "Yeah, mother, that's your mum, dude. Oh, your father then? I don't know him." I mean, the film is so racist, but it's like black people are saying the jokes, so it's like, okay, if a white guy was saying the jokes, we'd want to kill him, right? And there's like, there's the reporter, and this is black TV, all white people are dead, and get out of here, get out of here. That's so funny. I mean, it's like, a white guy could never make that joke, and we're all like sitting there going like, he said that. Shannon Elizabeth is in this movie. Oh, I love Shannon Elizabeth. I love Shannon Elizabeth because she was in Jay and Silent Bob, one of my favourite movies. But I fell in love with her when I watched American Pie. As I filmed my teenage years. I think every teenager, I think they discovered women watching American Pie. Perhaps I think. I love that her character was called Buffy. And I was like, this is like right in Buffy the Vampire Slayer's heyday, right? Do you reckon they used her name deliberately? And there's the pageant scene later on in the film, which is the scene from I Know What You Did Last Summer, which had Sarah Michelle Gellar in it. So I'm like, it's the scene with the girl who played Buffy, and the spoof version, the character is called Buffy. Was that a deliberate joke, or was it one of those ones that just fell into their lap? And they're like, holy crap, I didn't even know that was funny. I noticed it. It didn't get past me. Nothing gets past me. I'm a detective. And it's like typical girl talk, but it's like they'll say something and then they'll go back on it. It's so funny. Anyway, the stuff they say is ridiculous. Shannon Elizabeth's dad drops her off and she looks all prissy, and then he drives away and she just like rips like the long skirt and she's got a short skirt on. And it's she's the slut. Anyone who I do the drinking game. Well, I didn't drink. I don't drink. When I do these videos, I want to know what I'm saying. But if I was drinking, it's like a shot when, like, the slut character, the jock character, jump scares, gratuitous blood, boobies, but all the horror movie cliches. Basically, it's like a staple of Friday the 13th. Like all the cliches that are in like movies like that are in that. And I was like, she's the slut character. The reporter's asking about the murder, and you just got this idiot running around behind her, and I'm just thinking, that's so true though. I mean, if I was walking past, actually, if I was walking past, I'd act like an idiot and I'd wave my arms around going, look at me, look at me. I think I remember once there was a report was recording outside the Metro Bank in Reading Town Centre, and I was using the cash machine while they were recording. My back was to the camera, but I was like, I'm wearing my Army of Freshmen hoodie, so I'm just going to advertise them while I'm using the cash machine, and then I kind of stalked off sideways so they can see my back some more. I was like, I'm going to get Army of Freshmen in the news. You're welcome, guys. I know. I got hit on once wearing that hoodie. I got hit on once. I once got hit on, and it's because of that hoodie. Army of Freshmen are the best. When they interview Shorty, and like, how close were you with the with the girl who was murdered? Oh, we were pretty close until the roofies wore off. I was like, that's so bad, but it's so funny. It's such a 90s joke, I feel like, you know, like now it's like roofies are really frowned on, but then it's like roofies, that rascal. If you had any advice for the girl, what would it be? Run, bitch, run! That's so funny. Marlon Wayans is hilarious. I love him, all of his movies. White Chicks is one of my favourite movies. Little Man is such a funny movie. I think I watched Don't Be a Minute Menace to South Central. I think I fell asleep in the movie, so I need to watch that movie again because I love the teaming of Marlon and Shawn Wayans. There's more Wayans brothers, isn't there? But they're like the two famous ones. They always seem to be starring in films together. Yeah. I love Marlon Wayans, and I love the Wayans brothers, but Marlon's my favourite. He's so funny. I love his stand-up set on Netflix. I'm advertising Netflix. Netflix, you're welcome. Yeah. Then you got the angry jock character, Greg. Take a shot. Oh, he's an annoying character. I hate annoying jock characters. Bobby, the boyfriend, he's got his whole family in the trailer. He's just like, you know, proper white trash dude. And Shawn Wayne's character, it's like he's like gay, but he has a girlfriend. I don't know why he has a girlfriend if he's gay. You know, he doesn't want to admit he's gay, probably. I don't know. Yeah. And then there's like the whole I Know What You Did Last Summer scene where it's like it's Halloween beforehand, and like, you know, they're all in the car. You know, there's just such a great run of jokes. I mean, again, I've not made a list of production, I've just got jokes here. But it's like, you know, the whole like Greg and Buffy are making out, and then like Ray is grabbing his ass. He's like, oh, I like that. That's not me. Ray! I mean, and then Ray puts on the mixtape, and it's Raining Men. And then like Ray's girlfriend is wearing granny panties. And then Bobby is trying to he's like saying to like Cindy, why don't we do like all that making out like they do? She's like, not yet, you know. And he like whips it out, and she's like, what are you doing, man? And then Greg opens up. Okay, kids, remember this, kids, do not, when you are drunk. Okay, I'm going to make 2 points here. Point number 1, kids, don't get drunk. 2, kids, if you are drunk, bad. If you are drunk, don't put your head out the sunroof. You'll hit your head on a tree branch. You'll fall forward. You'll kick Cindy in the face, and Cindy will fall mouth first onto Bobby. See, moral of the story here: don't get drunk. And you know, then they hit the guy, and it's like the guy's okay, but they don't even realise he's okay, and they're all threatening, like, what are we gonna do? He's dead. And then like they throw a beer bottle, the Jack Daniels bottle, and the Jack Daniels bottle was that, and then they're trying to dispose of the body, but he's not even dead. He's just knocked out because they threw a bottle of Jack Daniels at him. That's so funny. And that we should check his wallet. What, for money? No, I'm taking his wallet, I'm taking his money, I'm taking his gold. And then Ray's like, I'm taking his drawers. The list of jokes in the whole film, but in that scene, is just so funny. And then you know, Shorty's car drive past, and it's the hot box. They're hot boxing it, and like he rolls his window down, the smoke shoots out. And if you're driving around, you better have papers. I got papers, and it's like Rizzlers. Oh man, that's so funny. It's such a good I need to watch Scary Movie. I don't want to watch Scary Movie 2 for part of this, but I think I want to watch Scary Movie 2 anyway, just because I want to. Shorty is such a funny character, man. So they make the cat. They make the patch, and they think the guy's dead, and then Bobby's like still trying to get her to like touch his wang. And I was like, dude, you think you just killed a guy? Do you ever like shut up about it? Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's so. Yeah, and then the so the best. I love the fourth wall breaks before it was cool. They're like sat around the fountain. And there's like, what are we in a horror movie? And like, yeah, man, if we were in a horror movie, they would cast guys in their 30s to play teenagers. Because they probably did that. I mean, that's like the logic of movies, right? Wasn't like Tobey Maguire like 30 when he played Spider-Man or something? And Andrew Garfield was like 28 as well, so. I mean, I get getting a slightly older actor because they're more mature, and I mean, dude, 30-year-old playing a teenager. I mean, I'm 22, and I was like, if I play my character J-Man, in my comic book that I wrote, J-Man is like in his late teens. He's at the end of his high school run, and I was like, it's probably like. I don't know if it's going to be convincing a 22-year-old playing a 17-year-old, and actually it's like, in a movie, it's like a 30-year-old, so I'm fine, and I look younger anyway. I mean, I need to do something like that for my comic. It's just there's a crazy list of people in the school, man. You got the breastfeeding teacher. Smoking, gives the baby to daddy, who is a student, and then starts flirting with another student. Yeah. And I love the bit. Is he called Ghostface? I think. Ghostface is standing behind the tree, and then Cindy sees him. She looks away, and then while she's looking away, he's like, "Ooh!" Gets off away, and then she's like, "Oh my god, he disappeared!" Like, he disappeared because you looked away. He doesn't have magical powers. I mean that. I feel like it's a stupid film, but such an intelligent film at the same time. I love Doofus. Every time I cock up in a video, I'll put a little picture of Doofus up because I'm a doofus. That is like the single most direct spoof of a character. I feel sorry for David Arquette though, because I bet the second he saw this movie, like they were like, "Oh look, this guy's a complete doofus," and he's like, "Sad thing is, Dewey was kind of a doofus," So it's like, I feel bad for David Arquette, man. I'm not gonna. Actually, I've got one point out. The principal, he looks a little bit like President Nixon. Am I right? No? Is it Nixon? I think it's Nixon. I just thought. The cop. Who's hanging out with the principal? He was the principal in Van Wilder freshman year. Such a funny guy. The dude's built for spoof movies though. I mean, he's so funny. I can't remember his name actually. But yeah, it was just so funny. Oh, and when Cindy's in class, she gets the note on the table, and of it's like, "I know what you did last Halloween," and then she's looking back to like the picnic she had, with Bobby, and there's all sorts of silly shit happening, and then he's like, "No, bitch, I mean when you killed a guy." It's like, "Oh my god, he knows." And then after that, they're in the jocks are in the showers, well, they're in the changing room, sorry, and Ray's like encouraging everyone to hit the showers, because Ray's secretly gay, and Greg is like, oh, I don't want to go in the showers, I want to punch the bag a little bit, and we discover he's like, I don't know, and it turns out, no, he has a baby dick. Dude, you have a baby dick. Don't be a douchebag about it, though. I mean, he's like a proper jock. He beats up Cindy, when she laughs at him for it. Whenever I see people acting overtly masculine, I'm just like, someone's insecure about their wiener. Or some guy revving his car, I mean, it's just, I hate masculinity so much, man. I mean, I have a beard. I don't need to be masculine. You can see it on my chin. In patches. And Cindy's like, I got one too. And he's I got one too. And she's like, me too. I was like, you too? Bobby's got a baby dick? No. That was funny, man. And then power slams her and elbow drops her. Wrestling references, man. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Everything about this movie is so funny. Actually, going back to the pageant scene, I love it when she wins the song that they sing for the award, and like, she's got lovely tits, she's got a great behind, and she's always up for doggy style or something. I mean, oh my god. Whoever wrote that song is a songwriting genius. That means that this movie has a really good soundtrack. I'm not going to get to the soundtrack later. I'm a fan of the soundtrack. And I love it. And while she's doing that, Greg is killed. And she's screaming, and they think she's doing an acting piece, and she's like, that's really believable. And then they're like, Greg's dead, but there's no blood. And then you can see the killer mopping up the blood. I mean, so this is all the shit that happens behind the scenes in horror movies. We never see Jason running around with a mop, do we? Actually, that would be the funniest thing ever if we saw Jason running around with a mop going, gotta get all this blood before people find out I've killed people. Because it's like in Friday the 13th, there was the girl who was killed at the beginning, and we forgot about her till the end of the movie, and then you see her body. I forgot about her, Mrs. Voorhees hid her very well. So, that's pretty funny. I want to point out the scene where she's in the bath, she's on the phone to Bobby, and she's shaving herself. She shaves her face for some reason. That being said, I've seen a few girls with a few little moustache hairs, so I'm glad she does have it. And then she shaves her tongue. Did Mr. Bean shave his tongue in the movie? Which movie came first? I think they stole it from Mr. Bean. I mean, Mr. Bean is English, but the film is American, am I right? Coincidence? I think not. Detective Joe is on the case. Yeah, defective. I need to get an assistant, every detective has their little assistant who's probably smarter than them, who actually solves the case, but then the detective gets all the credit for it. Like how in the 60s Robin solved all the Riddler's riddles? I want me a Robin. But they don't have to wear tights. That's a bit strange. Oh my god! And then the killer gets into a house, and everybody's like, "Do you know where I'm hiding?" Yeah, you're behind the couch. I can see your feet. Okay. And then he hides under the carpet, and then she runs up the stairs. That fucking staircase, it looks like Wayne Manor in the 1989 movie. The stairs go on forever. So there's more she can chuck at him, including Grandma. Then including a piano, which then crushes Grandma. And again, I love the joke. That white privilege. She's on the PC and she types in 911 and 911, what's your emergency? And then she just types in white girl in trouble, and then the police cars just come zooming out. White girl, brandishing that white privilege dick around. It's like in the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt on Netflix, which they've cancelled actually, so I don't even know why I'm advertising it. But like someone's like, you need to use your white privilege, and she's like, I don't want to do that. And then she comes in to make a point, and she comes in, and she's like, excuse me, could I get served? I'm extremely white over here. I mean, oh man, white privilege, the ultimate punchline. I mean, oh gosh. Then there's the whole kind of cliches, like she runs into Bobby, her boyfriend, and he drops the knife and she's like, it's you. But then like she gets a phone, Bobby gets arrested and she gets a phone call going, you got the wrong guy, it weren't Bobby. Nards, I thought it was that close to being him. And he's making his bullshit excuses. Doing it with the sheriff he's showing her the pictures, and it looks like, and the picture of him in his underpants doing different poses, and she's like, no. And he's like, okay. What about this one again? Still no. Okay, thank you for being honest. And it's like, it looks like he's actually showing her evidence, man. It's so funny. The dude smell my finger bit, you know, and this like jockey policeman comes up and he's like, hey Doofy, smell my finger. And like, what's that? That's what you smell when you become a man. Smell mine. What's that? My ass. That's the comeback, by the way. When some douchebag starts doing that, man, you put your finger in your ass and you shove it under his nose. Stink palm him. Would you like a chocolate covered pretzel? For those who've seen Mallrats. Hilarious. Yeah, and then they're in. Then she stays at Doofy and Buffy's place that night, and then Doofy's running around with the friggin' vacuum cleaner because, you know, apparently he uses the vacuum cleaner on his I'm just saying. One point I think about Doofy though, the fucking bulge on Doofy, man, dude, take someone's eye out with that thing. And he's like, hey, this badge means something, and it's like he's like made it himself, you know, of just like felt and stuff. That's so funny, man. And then the killer calls up Shorty, and you're not gonna get nothing out of Shorty though, man. And it's like he phones up Shorty, and then Shorty does like the what's that, and then like he phones his roommate. What's that? And then the roommate calls the next guy. What's that? What was that? Was that a beer commercial? I think. I don't think we had it in the UK, but of course. But that being said, that was like, you know, 1999, that commercial, I think. So I was like 4. I mean, I don't remember this. I remember the Budweiser frogs. You know, give me some credit. And then I love that Ghostface gets a smile and he's like, what's that? You know, I look like the kid from the Pokemon Go. I play Pokemon Go every day. So I'm allowed to make fun of it. The bottom line made fun of it, and he liked the video. That kid's kind of cool, actually. And then it's like he hangs out with them, and then he gets high with Shorty, and then he's like getting higher and higher. So funny. I love that he's drinking Killer beer. It's got the Miller logo. That's so clever, man. That's like all the little things. And there's like Satan beer as well. That's so clever, man. All the little jokes in this movie. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I love the Spice Girls. Ginger was an important member of the Spice Girls. All of these like hilarious jokes in it. I just want there's one thing I want to point out. Was that PE teacher played by a man or a woman? You know, I mean, I know there was the prosthetic balls and that. Did she have a boner when they were in the changing rooms? But I wonder if the Miss Man was played by a man or a woman. Like, seriously, I mean, you know, I'm not one to, you know, discriminate or nothing, but I mean, looks a bit like a man. Maybe this man's transgender and everyone's like ruling her out, man. That being said, if it is a man pretending to be a woman, that's two different things. I mean, she's a little bit creepy, isn't she? Oh yeah, one of the cleverest jokes in the film I never noticed until watching it just now. When the killer targets Shannon Elizabeth, and you can just hear him whispering "Red Rum." I was like, dude, you've referenced The Shining as well, man. All of these references are so clever, man. Congratulations on your cleverness. Is that the right word? Cleverness. And the way Shannon Elizabeth thinks she's like, oh, are you going to kill me? Is this where I scream? Is this where I run? This is where I break my leg. And she like twists and you see the leg break, man. And then even the killer is like, ugh. I mean, that, like, I don't care how evil you are, man. You don't want to see someone break their leg in front of you. That's nasty, man. I mean, I know it wasn't a real broken leg, but it's still gross, man. Plus, it's Shannon Elizabeth's leg, man. Is she okay? Does she need CPR? When he like opens up and he's got all the weaponry in there, and she's like, "Is this the big climax? I hope you don't mind if I fake it." I was like, "Oh, women, your evil curse." I never fake it. I know I'm superior in that way. I'm a hero. It's like he cuts her head off and she's still fucking talking though. I'm about to say, if you cut my head off, I'd still be talking. I'd be like, cut my head off and I'll be like, dude, I saw new Avengers footage, I've got to make a video about it. I'm going to talk about this, I'm going to talk about this and this and this. Oh my god. I love when they point out horror cliches and she's like, I'm at the make-out point, all these teenagers come to make out. Someone's gonna get killed here, right? Again, it's like, in horror movies, if you have sex, you die. And I guess if you make out, you die as well. I mean, yeah. And they killed Heather, the nerd girl, man. I feel bad for her. And then they try and interview the killer. And like, hey, get out my face, man. I'm just trying to do my job. That's so funny. Oh, man, I met, when I was a kid, I was at Butlins. And I met the wrestler, Joe Legend, in Burger King. And I was like 7 or something. And I go up to him. And I was like, excuse me, are you a wrestler? And he's like, oh, I can't even have my dinner in peace. Ugh. And then when later that night when I went to watch the wrestling, I was in the front row. And I saw you in Burger King. And he's like, shut up. Such a good villain, man. Joe Legend should never be a good guy or a baby face. Don't yell at kids, man, even if you're a bad guy. That being said, I felt honoured, to be honest. Even though Joe Legend is a nobody. He was in WWE for like 5 seconds and everyone thinks he's a legend. You gave yourself the name Joe Legend, man. Hey, sorry, I'll pause it for a second. Then the killer chases the reporter. What's her name? Gail Hailstorm. Is it Gail Hailstorm? He chases her and she's crying, and there's so much snot coming out from her when she's crying. I think, whenever you cry, I'm a snotty crier, it's not attractive, man, is it? I mean, it was pretty bad CGI, but I don't care. The joke was still grossing me out though, man. The joke still had its validity. I'm trying not to stutter here. Every time I do, I'll put a Porky Pig in the corner. That's a stutter joke and a fat joke, see? I know what I'm doing. Oh god. I think I mentioned this in another video, but you hate people who talk loudly in the cinema. I talk in the cinema. I'm usually just whispering over to my friend. Usually, if I'm watching a superhero movie, I'm like, "That's an Easter egg from the comic books." But she was like, "Oh, Ray's girlfriend." Oh, I wanted to kill her so badly. she's in they're watching Shakespeare in Love, Shakespeare, as she calls him, and she's like talking the whole movie, and everyone wants to kill her. I think I pointed out in another video when I watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, every time Charlie sees a chocolate bar in the movie, and on one point he sees like 4 or 5 chocolate bars in his movie, so every time he's watching a bar, she's like, oh, this is where he gets the golden ticket. I was like, for the love of God, woman, shut up. There's friggin' 5 chocolate bars in this movie, man. You've said the same thing 5 times. And she's like, when it's not, she's like, oh, my bad. Says, my bad 4 times. And then she's like, I knew it was this big. I want to stab. So in the film, when Ray's girlfriend is talking, the killer sat next to her and he's about to stab her, and then someone takes an offer and then they stab her, and then the whole cinema starts stabbing her. And then when she gets on stage and dies, everyone applauds her for dying. Where was the killer when I was watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, man? You could have killed that girl. I would have paid you. Oh my goodness. I'm not even going to talk about that in the film when they're at the cinema. I'm going to talk about the trailer for that Amistad 2. I thought it was going to be Titanic, and then it wasn't. That was clever, though. The pee horse. I want that pee horse race, when you pee on the target and it makes the little horse go up faster and then see who wins. I want one of those. I mean, peeing is a fairly boring task, We need to find ways to make it more interesting. That is it. Then there was when Ray went to the toilet. Then there was the glory hole. No, you're not gay, Ray. That's fine. Okay. Oh God. Oh my God. Then there's the party scene. Drunk white girls for everyone. I love the scene. It's the same death from Scream when the girl is in the garage and she tries to escape through the dog flap, and then he lifts it up and she dies when it hits the top. And I love the fact they did the same scene with a fat girl. And I think anyone who's watched Scream was probably just there thinking, oh my God, this is the same scene. It can only go more bad. And the girl runs for the dog flap. And it's not even like he pushes the button in time. She can't fit through the dog flap anyway. It's like Winnie the Pooh. And I'm a fat guy. I'm allowed to make these jokes. I mean, how would you expect your ass to get through that? I mean, and then he lifts it up, and then like it's lifting her up, but it's like suddenly it's like, and then like the whole room is shaking, and then the guy's like, oh, and the killer's like, oh crap, and then he has to run out of the room. I love it when the killer loses face and drops character. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. I love spoof movies so much. I mean, this, Not Another Teen Movie, superhero movie, all of the movies, so funny. Oh God! And why was there a horse in the garage? I don't know. That was a really silly throwaway joke. And then of course, then there's Bobby and Cindy's sex scene. Where are the shock panties? She had the electric fence around her underwear for no one to get in. They've disappeared. She thought, got a hairpin and picked the lock on that or something. Actually, I remember when I first saw this film. Well, me and my brother were kids. I was like, Mum, can we watch a scary movie? And Mum was like, no way are you watching Scary Movie, man. Even though she was watching it. So she sent us to bed. And we got this tiny little black and white portable TV from Woolworths. That's how long ago this was. We got it from Woolworths. And we tuned it in. And we watched Scary Movie on this tiny little screen. It was literally about that big. And that was probably the dirtiest movie I'd ever watched when I was about, probably about 10. I don't know, maybe it was about 11 actually, because I'm not sure how long it takes. The film wasn't brand new when it came. I was probably about 10 or 11, and I was like, this is a dirty movie. He takes off a pants, and then like bats fly out, and then there's the huge afro. That was like, when you're fucking 11 years old, that is the funniest thing in the world, man. An afro there, and he just magically whips out a grass strip. It's like that's like some like the Mask shit where he can just pull out an object at any object that springs to mind. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get a strimmer here. I mean, that's hilarious, man. And the scene where it's like a scene from a movie, but this isn't a movie. This is real life. No, it's a movie. And then it turns the camera around, you can see the crew. And I was like, that's the funniest joke in the whole film, man. Fourth wall broken. Oh. And then they go back to Shorty getting high with the killer. And Shorty's like, I see dead people. This is good shit, man. If I see dead people, you know it's good shit. That's such a good. And then he turns the fish. I love when he's like, no, wait. He's like, what are we gonna use to make a bong? And then he looks at the fish tank. Like, I don't know anything about making a bong, but I'm pretty sure a can would probably do it. Probably, you can make one out of a bottle, can't you? I don't know. And then the killer, he's like phones up a guy and they do a prank call and he's like, cha 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 cha. He does the Jason music. Oh my god, that's so funny, man. Try and get a reference to every single scene, every single horror movie. And then it keeps cutting out the high scene and the sex scene. And and then does she get possessed halfway through that? I mean, I'm not sure what's going on there. She starts talking like this. I mean, oh my god. I love it, and then it jumps back to them getting high, and they like the killer rap, and it's like, I'm gonna smoke with Cheech and Chong, whatever's right is wrong. And I was like, Cheech and Chong reference! I mean, of course, he's getting high. You gotta have a Cheech and Chong reference. It's the law. And then, the killer does his own rap and he starts slicing with the knives and he kills everyone and everyone drops dead. And then Shorty was like, that is the sickest fan I've ever heard, man! Don't care that everyone's dead. Then it goes back to, Cindy and Bobby after the cum explosion. Why? And she's like, I'm sorry, I thought you were the killer, but it's the 90s horror movie cliche. The boyfriend is always the killer. I mean, again, I love that they're taking the cliche and turning the cliche on its head. That's really funny. But then, dun dun dun, the killer is behind Bobby. Bobby's not the killer. About to say, you've seen how many twists are at the end of Scream, right? This is like a Scream level ending. Bobby, and it's not Bobby, but then Bobby turns crazy and shoots Shorty. Maybe Bobby is the killer, but there's two killers now. And over at Shorty's like, he shot me in the lung, and then the smoke coming out of his lung. Do you want a hit of this? I love that. It's like he's got high twice off the same smoke. Oh my god, that's so funny. The amount of twists and turns it takes. So what? And it turns out when he got stabbed, it wasn't really stabbed, and the blood was ketchup. And then Ray's got a gun. Ray's in on this too. you know. So it's Bobby and Ray. And then they were like, and they were talking about what, like moving there, like, does Scream have a plot? What was up with, I Know What You Did Last Summer? What was up with the sequel, The Fat Jamaican Kid? Hey, that's just bad casting, man. And earlier in the film, when Shorty's like, it's like I've seen all this before. That movie, Scream. I was like, that's so funny, man. As in, I love they've acknowledged the fact they're referencing a film. That's hilarious. And then it's like, Bobby says that he's gay with Ray, and then Ray's like, I'm not gay, but we made love. And it's like, oh yeah, you gave me a blowjob, man. And Ray still can't accept it. Then there's so many Scream references, like, no, this one's a screamer, I'll be back. All the Scream references in there. And then they start stabbing each other through a little woozy, all the Scream references. And there's like, you know, watching movies make them killers. And there's like, you've watched too many TV shows. Hey, hey, watching TV shows doesn't make serial killers. Cancelling TV shows makes serial killers. I agree. They recently cancelled Iron Fist and Luke Cage. I want to kill people. Not really. Anyway, back to the movie. So then, like, Bobby's turn to stab Ray. But then the real killer shows up. There's a third killer. It turns out they were copycatting a killer that already exists. There's a third killer, and the killer stabs Ray. So then, you know, Ray and Bobby are just rolling around in a pool of their own blood. Then there's the whole Kung Fu Matrix fight. I don't know what's up with that. I love when she's doing, she's like flies up in the air and starts doing the RSG, and then the killer's like, ooh, and the killer starts joining in. That's so funny. But the killer disappears again. The killer's got a good habit of disappearing. And then like the police are, and the dad's like, some sick bastard planted drugs all around my house. Yeah, man, still going down with that. So they take him back to the station. So I take it everyone in the party is dead, right? Dead or arrested, right? But why is the sheriff? He put out his gun, his badge, nightstick, dildo. Like, he's got a butt plug. He's got a whip, you know, he's got all sorts of stuff he's putting out of his belt. I thought that gets crazy, man. And they're like, who could the third person be? And she's like, I know. It must have been someone who knew about the accident. Flashback to earlier in the film, Buffy was overheard talking about it by her brother Doofus. Someone who went around unnoticed. No one took Doofus seriously. You know? And then she drops the mug on the floor with Doofus's name on it. And there's a freaking goldfish in the coffee. Why? I want to point out one thing. That guy who watched the film, made half a cup of... Who makes half a cup of coffee, man? Fill the damn glass! I mean, gosh. Yeah, and then so you see Doofy walking out of the police, and he's like walking like an idiot, but then he kind of straightens up, and then he rips his moustache off and like takes off all of his kids' clothes, and Doofus, he's actually cool, intelligent. He's like, oh crap, Doofus was the killer the whole time. Yeah. Then he gets in the car with Gail Hailstone, the news reporter, drives off, gets away with it. And then, Cindy chases him down, and she's like, no! And then when she's busy shouting at the sky, she gets hit by a car. And I think everyone who watched the film was going, she's going to get hit by a car by standing there like, there it is. But this scene, the thing that really stole this scene for me, Too Cool for School, the song playing by Fountains of Wayne. the greatest band. I've said that about Army of Freshmen and Bowling for Soup in my previous videos. Army of Freshmen, Bowling for Soup. But I think Fountains of Wayne are probably musically, I think, one of the most diverse bands out there, and I was just like, yes. I was rocking out. I wasn't even care about, oh, well, Doofy's a kid. I was rocking out in that scene, man. Such a good song. And that was the last scene. But no, there was then there was a little mid-credit scene. Shorty's like, you know, if you're seeing this video, I might be dead. And you need to remember three things. What was it? Gotta be quick. Don't look back. Be quick. No back. And he was like, snatch and grab, y'all! And then they're just robbing the store. That was a really silly little bit. But I suppose that confirms Shorty was still alive, and obviously he's in the sequel. I don't think that many of the original actors are in it. I think Anna Faris, is it? Some of the main character, Cindy, she's obviously a recurring character throughout them, and I think Ray's girlfriend is a recurring character throughout them. But I mean, I think now though, I think it's just like Charlie Sheen stars in them now. I think I lost interest a little bit really after about 4 or 5 films. You know, but I mean, the first one is my favourite one in the series. So the second one holds up. Second one is that's funny. But the first is my favourite. It's such a funny film. I mean, it's like the perfect balance between stupid little dick and fart playground humour, but it's also so intelligent at the same time with the jokes they have in the right places. They know what they're referencing, and it's kind of like they've got a good story. They're spoofing a story and pointing out all the silly bits from the story that they're spoofing, and in a way they've made the story a little bit better. We had no idea where it was going. It's got all the twists and turns just like in Scream, so it's really it holds up to that. Yeah, so I love the film. Yeah. I'm probably done. Yeah. Rating for the film is a big old 5-star. I love the movie. Approved the shit. So yeah. Hopefully this movie won't get blocked because I've not used any content in the video. I've literally just talked about it. So hopefully it will stay online. You can see this. What's next on my list? Tomorrow I shall be watching Hellraiser. There we go. I wanted to throw an English film out there, you know, so I thought, you know, Hellraiser. I've only seen Hellraiser once, actually, so it's still fairly new to me. Yeah, so I'll upload that tomorrow, hopefully, and hopefully it won't get blocked, so hopefully you'll see this. So yeah, I'm not doing a commentary anymore. This is more like a podcast talking about the film. So it's not entirely what I wanted to go for, but I'm still continuing with this. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know, the computer asked me if I would do an update. No, I don't. So yeah, I'm doing that tomorrow. Hopefully I won't get blocked. So hopefully this will stay there. So I do apologise if it's not. I mean, if you do want to see the original ones, drop me a comment, you know, and ask me, and I'll find a way to get them videos to you. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I reckon that's all from me. I've made it to about an hour. Anyone who's watched the whole video for an hour, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to comment on this video or any of my videos, because I read all my comments. Comment what my 13th movie will be, what I'll watch. It can be any movie. So throw anything out there. I promise I will watch it. Yeah. I think that's all from me. Like, comment, subscribe, etc. Yeah. Thank you very much for those who watch this. J-Man out.